What's up guys, welcome back to another episode of the QPR career mode. I apologise for the long wait, I know it's been a while, but we're back and I thought we'd start on the Premier League table from last season. Obviously a huge season where we won the title, and this season we're looking to win the Champions League. So obviously I'm only going to be showing you the Champions League games this season because I do want to try and finish the series before the new FIFA comes out. And I feel like the only way to do that is if I do only show the Champions League games now that we've already won the Premier League. But to do the to win the Champions League, I think we do need to get a few new players in. And the first player I wanted to get was Weston McKennie here, an American central mid, because I felt like maybe Zambia was probably the weak link in the team now. Obviously he's a great player and a really good squad player to have, but I felt like if we wanted to push far into the Champions League, we did need a bit of a better midfielder. So I thought, yeah, McKennie, you know, he's good defensively, 83 rated, he's still quite young, so he could even go up to like 86 by the end of the season. And yeah, obviously we managed to agree a deal with Sheffield United, who had him somehow. I'm pretty he was playing in the Championship. But the other player I really did want to go after was Luke Shaw, who Harris asked me to sign quite a few times, because I did feel like maybe Manning was also a weak link, although obviously we do have a lot of good fullbacks like Fanning coming through. We also have Collins. I thought maybe Manning could move, like he could be a really good backup left back and also backup central midfielder because he's very versatile. But obviously Luke Shaw playing for PSG, he was gonna be very expensive to try and sign, not because of his price, like in terms of his transfer price, but in terms of his contract price, because PSG obviously have a lot more money than QPR in FIFA and in real life. But yeah, we were still going to try and go after him, and we're trying to get rid of a few players just that we weren't going to use. There were a lot of players that did get sold that I don't show because they never really played, and even if they did play, they're not very good now. They didn't play at all last season, so I felt like we might as well just sell them. Didn't really need to show it because like there weren't huge transfer fees, weren't very important players to this team, and yeah, just not really any point. So a few of our lower potential youth players left. I think Hamailan went, that's how you say his name, I'm not sure, and a couple others, but I think Otter went as well, one of the strikers. And I was here deciding, should I put Manning in the deal for Luke Shaw? Should I? And I decided not to. But when did I decide? I don't even remember, to be honest. I was clearly deliberating a lot because like we didn't have a lot of money left. We only got 60 mil for the whole window unless we sold players, and you can see PSG were very like your players are all bad, we don't want any of them. And I ended up not being able to swap any of my players and just having to go for money. But the issue with that is obviously the McKennie deal hadn't gone through, and he was my main priority this window because I felt like Fanning could potentially grow to surpass Manning, but I don't think Zambia would grow to a rating which is higher than Fanning, and I feel like the central midfield spot is more important than the left back spot. But anyway, PSG, after all that said, they were gonna just think about it, and they came back and they budged a little bit, and we did manage to get his price a lot lower, like below 30 mil now. And eventually they accepted 27.5 mil, so I was like, oh, that's pretty sick, let's go. But then there was the problem of his contract. Like, I don't think any player at the club earned more than 30k a week, and he was fuck's sake, he was on 95k a week, and yeah, we just simply can't pay anyone that. So we obviously had to try and lower his demands, but McKennie joined, so that was big. But because of that, and because of Luke Shaw's wage demands, we didn't actually have enough money to sign him based on what he had agreed with the assistant. So I still wanted to sign him, obviously, but like it was going to be a lot more tough, and I decided to just give him every penny we had at the club, because I did feel like there weren't all the good left backs in the world that you might think of, well, most of them anyway, had moved this summer. So I was like, oh, this player, oh, he's moved, oh, this player, oh, he's moved as well. And it was very jarring because every time it took me ages to actually think of some, but then every time I did and I got gassed, they had moved. And yeah, you see there, Luke Shaw just walked out because we couldn't offer him enough money, which was fair enough. But yeah, a couple of weeks later I decided to go back in for him because we had sold a few players, so we had a bit more money now, and he'd also aged by a year, so I think his value went down a little bit. But then PSG just wanted more money here, and I was like, wait, what? You agreed way lower than that before, what are you doing? And yeah, so I was like, wait, what? United were also in for him, actually. They wanted to bring him back to Old Trafford, and we were fighting them to get him. And once again, they went off. They were like, yeah, we don't accept it, after stalling. And once again, I was like, you know what, I'm gonna try and get him for cheaper. They again lowered their demands, which was good. Also, now might be a good time to mention, if my voice does sound a bit weird, it's because I'm a bit ill. That's why I keep having these voice cracks. Okay, stop laughing at me in the comments, please. I probably should have referenced that at the start, but we move. Yeah, so they were still not budging that much. They didn't want to really go below what they did last time, but eventually they did. Obviously, I'm a master negotiator, just saying. If anyone wants to employ me to account for you or to, you know, buy stuff for you, I'm down. And yeah, obviously we tried to get Luke Shaw to agree his contract again, and just in case that didn't work out, I was like, we need a backup. So Theo Hernandez here, obviously a very, very quick player, plays for Milan in real life, and here he's moved to Valencia. I thought, just as a backup, he's a lot younger than Luke Shaw, he's roughly the same rating. I did kind of just guess all the pricing, but you know, it clearly they didn't storm out, so I wasn't being too unreasonable. We eventually ended up securing pretty much the same deal for him, and because Luke Shaw did reject us and went to United, we got Theo Hernandez in. So going into the Champions League season, we have a new central midfielder, a new left back. I am playing all the league games still, but off camera, and yeah, our squad was already just looking a lot stronger, because Manning's pace was a huge issue last year, especially because obviously attackers in the Premier League are very quick. You see our Champions League group there, Atletico and Inter are going to be two huge teams. We could, like, when that first came out, I was like, wait, what? I saw we were first seed because we're Premier League champions. How do we get both Inter and Atletico? But yeah, we travelled to the San Siro for our first ever Champions League game in this career mode, and yeah, you know, I was expecting it to be a tough game. They had a great team. They had Skriniar at the back, who was like 90 plus rated in this career mode. They had a very good attack as well. Both their strikers like 86, 87 rated. And they had the first chance of the game just 7 minutes in. Absolutely calamitous defending allowed their player in the box to get ahead of our defenders and just poke the ball in. Roberts didn't really have a chance there. The defender should have done a lot better. The ball shouldn't have been lost there either by Bogle, but Endika was just completely out of position. He was like kind of covering Santoro, which was a bit annoying, but we moved. And 5 minutes later we had a chance. Ezzy played it to De La Vega, who was on the left once again. He played it back to Ezzy, who somehow still had the ball. He played it into Morris, who tried to get a shot away. It got deflected back to Dilrosun, who had an awful start to the Premier League season, if I'm going to be honest. He really has not done anything so far. But in the first Champions League game of the season, he came up big by scoring that goal. He just smashed it into the crossbar, hit the underside of it, and bounced into the net. So we went, well, I was going to say, well, why not? We didn't, we equalised, And at the end of the half, we had another chance here with Eze. Saw De La Vega across the box, squared it to him, and he missed. I don't know how he missed from there. It was on his left foot. That's the only excuse I'm going to make for him. But he still should have scored. From the stats you can see there, quite a lot of shots, but barely any on target, which is a bit disappointing. But 5 minutes into the second half, Eze got the ball, rounded 2 defenders, and just hit it into the corner to make it 2-1 to QPR at the San Siro against the great Inter Milan. Unfortunately for all us QPR fans, Eze has left QPR in real life to join Crystal Palace. It's been linked for a while, and now it's actually happened. So yeah, if I do a QPR career mode next year, one of the goals will be to bring him back, because he was a key player for QPR this season. Obviously, he got in the team of the season, and he also scored 2 goals in this game. Up to this point, does he get his hat-trick? We'll see. But yeah, we went 3-1 up away, and based on how early we conceded and went behind, I wasn't expecting to come out of this, well, be in this position at all in this match. You know, we conceded first, but we showed great passion to come back, and we were 3-1 up with just 25 minutes to go in the match. Surely we weren't going to choke this. 68th minute goal, and we had another chance right at the end. Just 5 minutes left. Bogle brought it forward, played a really nice ball to Eze, who played it really nicely into Morris. Like, such a intelligent pass on his weak foot, and Morris on his weak foot as well, just like toe poked it past the keeper. Really composed, and of course Morris had to score. He always scores. The hometown hero. What a goal to make it 4-1. 4-1 against Inter. This is still on legendary. I did not change anything. I did not use sliders. Did not change it to amateur or whatever. And we probably did not deserve to win this 4-1. But we did. And Atletico actually beat Lokomotiv 4-0. Lokomotiv will be the whipping boys of the group, so we should be getting 6 points against them. But in the next episode, we'll have 3 more huge Champions League games. So make sure you come back and see how we get on.